Syrian Arab army takes full control of Kafr Najed Nahila villages in Idleb countryside as scores of terrorists were eliminated and their hideouts destroyed in several areas. The Iraqi army starts the last phase of liberating Salah province of ISIL terrorists and kills dozens of ISIL terrorists near Tikrit. Saudi aggression against Yemen continues, killing more civilians and destroying the country's infrastructure. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our news for today. Syrian Arab army units have maintained full control of Nahila, southwest of Idlib, after retaking the Kafr Najed and eliminating the last gatherings there. The Syrian Arab army had earlier killed a large number of terrorists and destroyed their armored vehicles in Nahila. Terrorist hideouts were also targeted in Mantaf, where many armed men were killed or wounded. Syrian Arab Air Force has also targeted terrorist gatherings and hideouts in the surroundings of Al-Muqbila village and Kurin in Idlib countryside, killing scores of them and destroying their machine gun-provided vehicles. The Syrian Arab army also demolished terrorist equipment in Sarmin and Ma'aret Masrin and killed dozens of them there. A large number of armed men have also been eliminated and their heavily armored vehicles destroyed in several other areas. In Aleppo, Syrian Arab army units have targeted terrorist hideouts in Hreitan, Kafar Hamra, and Dahrat Abd Rabbo in the governorate's countryside, killing a large number of them and destroying their vehicles in Al-Mansura in Sam'an mountain. A Syrian Arab army unit also attacked armed men and destroyed their equipment in Khan al-Asal and Al-Sfera district, leaving many of them killed or wounded. Direct hits have also been scored by the Syrian Arab army among the ranks of the terrorists in Queris and Al-Jdeid in the city's eastern suburb, causing them to sustain heavy losses. In Latakia countryside, several Al-Nusra armed men have been killed and their weapons destroyed in Zahiya and Salma. In Iraq, the Salah military command announced that the Iraqi army has started the last phase of the battle to liberate the governorate of ISIL terrorists. Iraqi sources pointed out that military efforts are now clearing all areas of Tikrit region, like As-Siniya, Al-Mamlaha, and Al-Bujari. The Iraqi forces, supported by warplanes, confronted an attack on the area of Ad-Dujail, south of Tikrit, killing 22 soldiers and destroyed 46 vehicles. Meanwhile, 5 Iraqi citizens were wounded following the explosion of a device in Al-Husayniya area, north of the capital, Baghdad. The Saudi-led airstrikes on Yemen have continued targeting the government's complex in Sa'da and the main communications bureau in the center of the governorate, as well as Rahban district. The sound of violent explosions has meanwhile been heard east and southwest of the capital Sana'a at dawn today. A local source in Sa'da has talked of severe shelling by Saudi warplanes targeting several parts of the city. Saudi aircraft also carried out sorties over Sana'a and were intercepted and repelled by the Yemeni ground defenses. The Saudi airstrikes that have been going on since the 26th of last month have killed and wounded hundreds of Yemenis and caused thousands others to be deported. Al-Qaeda terrorist organization has, on the other hand, committed an ugly crime against a number of Yemeni soldiers in Azan in Shabwa governorate. They had attacked the camp yesterday and slaughtered 15 soldiers. The general commander of the Libyan army, Khalifa Haftar, said that the Muslim Brotherhood is part of the terrorist organizations operating in Libya, supported by countries like Qatar, Turkey, and Sudan. During a visit to Jordan, Haftar pointed out in a press conference that the Muslim Brotherhood is as dangerous as other terrorist organizations like Al-Qaeda, Ansar al-Sharia, ISIL, and the Islamic movement. He stressed that Libya's war is against terrorism, denying news that he called for a regional or Arab military intervention in his country. Egyptian army arrested 12 terrorists and destroyed 15 terrorist hotbeds north of Sinaai, in addition to destroying 3 tunnels on the Egyptian borders with Gaza Strip. Meanwhile, Egyptian fighter jets continued their raids north of Sinaai, targeting the terrorist gatherings. The Egyptian army also repelled several terrorist attacks in the areas of Al-Sheikh Zuweid, Rafah and Al-Arish, encircling the terrorist group south of Al-Sheikh Zuweid, following information telling the terrorists belonging to Ansar Bayt al-Maqdis terrorist group are intending to carry out a suicide attack against the army sites. In occupied Palestine, a large campaign of arrests has been launched in Nablus and Bethlehem in the West Bank, targeting scores of Palestinians, including a woman. Confrontations have meanwhile erupted in Halin village, west of Bethlehem, between the Palestinians and the occupation troops after the latter stormed into the area and started conducting military drills. In the Gaza Strip, on the other hand, Israeli gunboats fired their shells in the direction of the city, opening their machine gun fire at Palestinian fishermen off the shores of Gaza, with Israeli helicopters sorties over the city. Now to latest business and market news, but after a short break, stay tuned.